Okay, so over the past few weeks, I've been researching on how the sun benefits our health and how it can improve our productivity and morale. So the issues that kind of started this project was the lowered morale and productivity of students at Brighton. I know as the year progresses and as you get older, you have less motivation to go to school and do the work as compared to underclassmen and people who are just coming in. Students resent school, and school's not a place that everyone will love, but you shouldn't want to hate coming here. There should be reasons that you want to come here, so whether that's seeing friends, whether it's a class you like, or a teacher you like. And then Utah has one of the highest suicide rates in the country. I believe they're top 5 in 2017. And I think the solution to this is to renovate and reopen the courtyards next to the library and atrium so students can use them before and after school, during lunch, and in between classes. And kind of go on to talk about how the sun relates to the courtyards and being outside. Oh, my slide animations didn't work. So, does anyone know kind of like what some benefits of the sun and being outside are? You can just go ahead and shout them out if you know them.
Vitamin D.
Yes, that's the number one. So vitamin D can increase your bone strength and the production of red blood cells and white blood cells. And from that, cells that are created from vitamin D can increase your serotonin levels, because what happens is when you're outside, the UV rays hit your retina and your eye, and it creates more serotonin in your bloodstream, and it can also, the sunlight can also prevent for certain forms of cancer. While it's dangerous, it can cause skin cancer. There are ways to prevent that, whether that's being outside during the less harsh hours of the day, and the harshest hours are between 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And that's one way you can prevent cancer, but this prevents cancers like colon cancer, ovarian cancer, testicular cancer, and things that go on inside your body. And then it heals certain skin conditions like acne, eczema, and then there's one, it's like after you get cancer, and there's a certain term for it, but I'm not sure. It's when your skin looks all blotchy. After you've recovered from cancer, it can prevent that. So my objectives are to open the courtyards, add picnic tables to the one by the atrium, and repaint the current benches in the one by the library. Then reopen them and keep them available to students so they can have access to these benefits from the sun during the day. And then maintain the courtyards. The one by the library has bushes and they both have grass, and I believe that the custodians already do a good job at maintaining that plant life outside, and I think that if they keep doing that, then we can utilize the courtyards for years to come. So objective 1, adding picnic tables. In the budget, I accounted for 2 picnic tables for the atrium, for 2 picnic tables, and to repaint the benches. It was $328, and I feel so strongly about this topic and preventing kind of lowered morale in students that I would be willing to make up the difference out of my own pocket. Objective 2, reopening the courtyards is easy. You just have to have a teacher with the appropriate key. It could be someone like Mr. Otterstrom for the atrium, since he's right next to it, and Mrs. Bates for the library, since she works right in there. And just keeping those open. Have the teacher come in 30 minutes before school, open them up so that students have access before school, and then once the teacher leaves, about 30 minutes after school, go ahead and lock them up so no one can get in after hours. The last objective is maintaining the courtyards. That's the most important one. Mrs. Rawls said in an interview that the courtyards aren't a privilege, aren't a right, they're a privilege. So if students treat them poorly, then they lose access to the courtyards. And to maintain the courtyard, students have to have the respect to pick up their own trash, not damage any of the benches, picnic tables, or items that the school has stored in there. and just be respectful to other students while you are using the courtyards as to not cause any issues and have that privilege taken away. And as I mentioned before, landscaping, mowing the lawn, trimming bushes, nothing too big. I already see the custodians out there doing that, so that's easy to maintain. And there are my sources.
So, since we already kind of have a problem with student vaping just in bathrooms, how do you make sure that there won't be vaping like before or after school or even during school in the courtyards?
So there are camera locations. There are locations, so there aren't actual cameras in the courtyards, but there are locations that are wired so that we could put cameras there, and hopefully that would prevent students wanting to go out there and vape, and if they did, then it would be used as a tool to catch them. Okay.
Isn't it really easy to see in the courtyard in front of windows, right? So it wouldn't be too hard to catch them if they were vaping.
Yeah, that's another thing is teachers and students walking by can look in and see.
Do you believe like communication is important? Because I feel like I didn't even know why the courtyards were closed. So
Yeah.
like getting that out to students is important.
Yeah, I think that is important, and that's something that kind of provoked me to start this project. Was I was curious why they were closed. As an underclassman, I used to use them all the time before I could go out to lunch and stuff. So I think open communication between administration and students would really be key here.
Cool. All right, moving on. Thank you.